Hello, everyone. It's Mike here. And, do we have a tier list? That is right. We are doing the superhero movie tier list. And I'm going to start doing these more often. Just different topics. But basically, what this list consists of is anything from the 2000s to Thor Love and Thunder. Now, I did notice there is a few missing between that time. Like, I don't see the Daredevil with Ben Affleck, or Elektra with Jennifer Gardner, or Punisher Warzone. I didn't see that one. And there's probably a few other ones missing I can't even think of right now. But for the most part, I really like this list. There was some other lists that I just wasn't a fan of. Some of them had all the cartoons. Some of them had the TV shows. And I just wanted to keep it simple with the movies. So this is superhero. It doesn't have to be Marvel or DC. As you can see, there's even Shark Boy and Lava Girl here. Wow. That was a shocker seeing that. Sky High is another one. Brightburn. It involves superheroes. So it doesn't have to be DC or Marvel. I will also say, and also, like I said, it only goes to Thor Love and Thunder. So no Guardians 3, no Quantum Mania. What else? No Shazam 2. So, here's the rankings. And I did change this a little bit. There was a D category I got rid of, and I changed F to trash. So, we got the S tier. You're only going to see a few of these in the S tier. You got the A, B, C. Haven't seen, which is about 6 or 7 of these probably. And the trash tier. I'm going to go ahead and say this. Make sure you let me know what you agree on, what you don't agree on, especially if it's one pick that's so outlandish. There's one in particular that I think is going to ruffle some feathers, but it's not going to be really bad. Some people may actually not like that I put it in the category it's in. But let me know if you disagree or agree. Don't get too mad. I know some of you all, not you all, but some random people, they'll get very upset. But no hard feelings here. It's just my opinion. But I think you all are going to agree a lot with me. And I think in situations where you're going to disagree, you're going to want something in the B, in the C, and I put it in the B, or I put it in the A, and you would rather have it in the B. It's not going to be drastic. But I'm warning you, there's probably one or two that is going to be drastic. These were out of order, so I tried to put them in the trilogies. Like Deadpool 2 was coming first, and then Deadpool 1. I don't know why it did that. It just did it for some reason. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and rank these. First of all, we're going to start off with the ones I haven't seen so we can go ahead and get them out of the way. I haven't seen Big Hero 6. I'm going to have to go through these one by one. I haven't seen Blade Trinity. I haven't seen Fan 4 Stick, which is probably good. I haven't seen Ghost Rider 2, which is also probably good. Probably saved myself a headache there. And I haven't seen the new Hellboy. I think I would like it, but a lot of people don't like that movie, so I haven't seen the Batman Lego movie. I haven't seen Megamind, I haven't seen Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And I think we're good on the rest. Oh, Dark Phoenix. Oh, and actually I have not seen the second Wolverine movie. That's a shocker. Because I just, for some reason, I always mean to watch it and I never do. And I tried to watch it one time, and I just never got the chance to watch it. So these are the ones I haven't seen. I said there was about 7, but it looks like a little more than 7. And then the rest, looking at the rest, I have seen it. Nope, wait, nope. Haven't seen the first Punisher. I've seen Warzone. I haven't seen the first one, though, with Thomas Jane. So now we can safely say I have seen the rest. I'm going to give it another look. And yeah, I have seen the rest of these. So We're going to be starting off with Ant-Man. Now, Ant-Man, I really enjoyed the first movie. I think it's funny. I think it's got a good comedy action blend to it. I don't enjoy the other Ant-Man movies as much, but I think the first movie really has a good pacing. It knows what it is, and it's funny at times. So I'm going to put it at a B. I think it's a solid movie. Now, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm not a big fan of. It's all right. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not good. This is bottom C for me. Bottom C. And if Quantumania was on this list, it would have its own separate trash category. Okay. Now to Aquaman. I really like Aquaman. I think Jason Momoa does a great job. I really like the actor that plays Black Manta. Easy B for me, and I'm going to put it over Ant-Man too while we're at it. Okay, now we got the Avengers. And this is going to be very interesting because all of these, for the most part, are going to be top-tier material. But there is going to be probably a little controversial on one of these picks is going to be a little controversial. So the first Avengers, I'm definitely putting it in an A. Definitely a great movie. It started it all, and seeing the whole group together. At first, I didn't enjoy the movie as much as I did on a second viewing, but based off of the second viewing, I'm going to put it at an A. Now, of course, Age of Ultron is the worst Avengers movie. Everyone agrees on that. I don't think anyone disagrees. However, I'm going to give it a B. I still think it's pretty fun to watch. Did they do Ultron the justice that he needed? Probably not. There was also some other problems probably in the movie. I don't remember it all, but it's a B. It's definitely not a C for me. I mean, anything that's Avengers is going to be big. And seeing them all team up, and there's some great fight scenes in it. And introducing, of course, Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. It's a good movie. I like it. I know some people don't, but it's a B for me. It is definitely my least favorite Avengers movie, but it's a B. Okay, Infinity War. S tier. Perfect movie. Top 20 of all time. I love this movie. It's the Empire Strikes Back of Avengers and the MCU, and it may be the best MCU movie. I'm going to have to go through the rest of this list. It is my favorite one. The reaction in the theater at the end of that, just never seeing that coming, wondering what was going to happen ahead of time, trying to avoid all the spoilers, seeing Thanos as one of the most menacing Marvel threats ever, compared to some of these other villains who couldn't do nothing. And Thanos comes in and he becomes one of the most destructive villains, and seeing everyone together and seeing the chemistry between everyone, and Spider-Man in action, and of course you have Thanos' minions were cool. Everything about it is awesome. But the whole Empire Strikes Back type of vibe where the villain wins is something you never see. And I really like it. And it's an easy S tier for me. Now, this one, Endgame. I love Endgame. Endgame is a great movie. This may be a little bit controversial. I am going to put it in the A tier. Top A tier. As close to S as you can get it, but I have a few other ones that I like better than Endgame. I know some people are just devastated by that. A lot of people says it deserves in the S tier probably. And, you know, it's as close as it gets. It's just not perfect for me. But I love the movie. It's a fantastic movie. And, yeah. What can I say? It's 3 hours long. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I did see it twice. It's a 3-hour movie. You know what? I'm feeling generous today. I am going to put it bottom S tier. Bottom S tier. I just got to do it. I got to change my pick there. Because I'm thinking about it and how these two go together. They're better as if you combined them both. And yeah, I think it's good. Okay, so Batman versus Superman. Some people don't like this movie. Some people think it's great. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's a low B tier. A low B tier. There's moments in this movie. This movie really, you know what? I'm high C tier. I'm going high C tier with Batman versus Superman. There's moments in this movie that are absolute genius. There's a Batman fight scene that's great. There's a scene in the courthouse with Superman that's great. Wonder Woman, introducing her and Gal Gadot was great. But the whole Martha, all that stuff, that fell flat. And you could tell, and I haven't seen the extended version, so maybe that would help it. But I'm going to have to put it at high C tier for me. Okay, Black Panther is probably my top 10 MCU easily. So it is going to be A tier, and you know what? I'm going to put it over the first Avengers. That may be crazy, and I don't care. I really like Black Panther. I think it's a solid film. It's nearly perfect. It's top 10 MCU, hands down. Okay, Black Widow. That's trash. Garbage. Hated the movie. Scarlett did whatever she could. I mean, it wasn't her fault, and her sister was great in the movie, but everything else was horrible. The villain, horrible. Taskmaster, horrible. The writing, horrible. The goofy side characters, horrible. And that's why I'm going to put it in the trash tier. I just did not like it. I thought it fell flat. There was a lot of hype behind it. We were excited to see Scarlett Johansson basically the star of the show in this. And for me, it just fell flat. And it was a big disappointment. I think what really hurt it was the fact that it was so disappointing. I think that hurt it more than anything for me. Because that was just devastating. Just watching that. Okay, now we are going to go to Blade. Blade is next on the list. I haven't seen the third movie, but I have seen the first one. It's a B. It's bottom B for me. I think some of the effects have really outdated some. It's not the movie's fault. It's still a fun movie. I don't remember much about it, but it's definitely a low B for me. But Blade 2, that is another whole different level than Blade 1. And a lot of people say that Blade 2 is better than Blade 1. And I highly agree. And this is going to be crazy. And probably most people agree that have seen the movie. Blade 2 is A tier. It is A tier. It is amazing. It is so crazy. And I'm going to definitely watch it this Halloween. It's way better than 1. Way better than 1, and it's a great horror film. It's a great action film. I just love everything about it. The villain's crazy. I'm going to definitely watch it again. The problem with Blade is I don't remember it, but I just remember enjoying Blade 2 so much. It was so good. And I'm definitely going to watch it again because it's been a few years. But I would definitely put it in an A tier from what I remember. Brightburn, garbage. Hate that movie. It's just so sloppy, and it has so much potential. And what makes movies worse is when they have the potential to be great and they drop the ball. That's the worst thing that can happen in a movie. And Brightburn is the prime example of just completely a disaster with, a great idea. A great idea that turns into a bad movie is the worst movies you could watch. They're worse than the movies you expect to be bad. And Brightburn is trash for me. Captain America 1. I'm going to go C tier. High C tier. It's just all right compared to the other Captain Americas. It is, I don't enjoy it as much. I don't know. It kind of seems goofy at times. Red Skull's okay, but I think everyone says that this is the least of the Captain America movies for sure. And Winter Soldier's an A tier, easy A tier for me. The Winter Soldier's such a great villain in that movie, and the action is just breathtaking. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's like a conspiracy film. Everything just falls into place, and I love it. I couldn't put it to S tier, but it's an easy A for me. Top A tier, easily. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a surprise, but Civil War is going to be an S tier. I'm putting it over Endgame. I'm sorry. No apologies. I'm not apologizing for nothing. I love Civil War. I think Infinity War's a little bit better, but I love Civil War. I love seeing the heroes fight each other. I love that end fight with Iron Man versus Captain America and Winter Soldier, and why they're fighting at the end, and how heated it gets between the two of them. And it's just a fun movie. The action scenes are great. If I had one little small minor complaint, Crossbones kind of misused. But it wasn't a big deal. At least he got to be in it. I mean, and he was used a lot better than the Taskmaster was. But I love it. I just love it. I like the villain in it. Zemo. Love Zemo. Zemo's a great character. And he was great in the Civil War, and I like how he turned the heroes against each other. Just the whole story, the writing is excellent. And I think it's Russo. I think all these are Russo's, and that just tells you why. I just like their style of directing, and I think Winter Soldier is too. So the top 4 right now are all Russo brothers. I think, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that it is. So yeah, I just love their style of directing and their style and the writing in these movies. Okay, Captain Marvel is trash, but you know what? I'm going to still think Brightburn's worse. I still think Brightburn is horrible. So, but Captain Marvel's trash. I just cannot stand that movie. Nothing about it is good. I don't like the story. I don't like the writing. And I hate how Nick Fury loses his eye. I just cannot get over that. And it's utter trash. Constantine is going to be a C for me. High C. It's pretty good. I like Keanu Reeves in it. But it's nothing special. I thought it could be better. But yeah, it's just a C. Okay, Deadpool 1 is going to go in the A tier. It was just a game changer. It was fun to watch. It was hilarious, the first movie. And I think Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2 are tied. Because the cameo in Deadpool 2 is great. Of course, you add Cable and Domino. And Deadpool 2 might be slightly better. Just slightly. If Deadpool 1 was a 90, Deadpool 2 is a 91. I mean, it's just very... I might move Blade to the bottom A. Okay, but anyway, this one's going to be a little bit controversial. I like how the movie looks. I hate the ending of this movie. Doctor Strange is a C. It is a C. I just could not get into it, and the end just was weird. And the same thing goes for the Multiverse of Madness. However, I do enjoy it over number 1, and I will put it in a high C tier. So I did enjoy the Scarlet Witch aspect, the Zombie Strange. You know what? I'm going to put it low B tier, because I did enjoy that. I love Zombie Strange, seeing that, and Evil Strange, but I definitely felt like they had some moments they could have made the movie better than it was, and they just didn't. Now, this is going to be crazy, because I love Dredd. I think Dredd's a great movie. I'm going to put it low A tier. I love Dredd. This is not the one with Stallone. This is the one with Carl Urban, which I think is an excellent actor. And I love watching Dread. It's a very dark, it's very gritty, it's a very violent movie, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, The Eternals. This one may shock you where I put it. I'm going A tier. I love The Eternals. I think it's great. A lot of people don't like it. This might be one of the most shocking ones. But I just was, the only complaint I had was at the time, I had some hearing issues, and I got that all cleared up. It was something that shouldn't have never happened, but I couldn't enjoy the sound of the movie because of that as much. But I thought it's an excellent movie. I just love it. I love all the characters. I know some people don't like it. I just think it's great. I don't understand why people don't like this movie. I love all the characters. I know some people say the characters aren't flushed out enough, and some people just don't like the story and think it's boring. I think it's great. Could it be a little bit better? Yeah, but I think for what it was worth, I was just shocked. I was going in thinking of disappointment, and I walked out shocked that it was that good. Okay, Fantastic Four, for what it's worth, it's definitely a B. I really enjoyed it when it first came out, and I thought it was great. Now, over time, of course, it's a little bit outdated, but Doctor Doom, the guy that plays Doctor Doom, he's incredible. He's incredible. And we all know I love Jessica Alba. She's one of my favorite actresses, but to be honest, I really enjoyed the first movie. It's got some really funny moments. I like the guy that plays the Thing. I think he does a good job. I know people don't love this movie. Some people say say that there hasn't been a great Fantastic Four movie, but I really enjoy it. It's a good popcorn flick. I still remember the when I went to go see it, because I went to go see it with my mom and her friend and her son, and I remember someone kicked my mom's friend's son's seat, and he had to tell him to stop kicking my seat. It was packed. People were excited to see Fantastic Four, and it was just a lot of fun. Okay, Rise of the Silver Surfer. This one's going to be a little controversial because a lot of people hate it, but I don't. And I am going to easily put this in a C category. I know Galactus was horrible. I agree with you. But there's the guy that plays Doom, man. He is so good. I don't know his name, but he is so good. And the Silver Surfer was awesome. And I just don't understand why people hate that movie. It's fun. Now, Ghost Rider, I don't remember a lot of, but I'm going to put it in a C, bottom C. I don't remember a lot. I know it has a lot of jump scares that don't need to happen, but I think for what it's worth, it's okay. It's nothing special for sure, but we need a better Ghost Rider. There's no doubt about it. We need an incredible movie with Ghost Rider, but I didn't see the second one. I heard that was utter garbage, but I never watched it, so I can't put it on the tier list. But okay, so now we got the M. Night trilogy. Unbreakable is a great movie. I'm going to put it B, though. It's a lot of fun. Bruce Willis, his character is great. It is very slow at times, and it's a slow burn. By the end of the movie, you're like, oh, wow, this is crazy. But it takes it a while to get there. And for me, it just... and that's how it's paced. And, it's still a pretty good movie. It's one of his best films, for sure. But I have to say that Split's better. Because Split is an A tier. Split was mind-blowing. Watching Split in the theater was just so crazy. And James McAvoy kills it. He kills it in the role. All of his different Split personalities are just fun to watch. James McAvoy is a heck of an actor. And I love the movie. I thought it was great. And it's definitely A tier for me. And then came Glass. And we're all going to agree on this. for everyone that's watched this trilogy, Glass is trash, and it is an abomination, and it is bottom trash tier. You take two excellent movies, and then you imagine two excellent movies tying into this final film, and then the final film is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I have never been so angry. The first 45 minutes I think are good, and then it gets ruined because you're expecting something crazy to happen that never does. And it is an utter disappointment. It's a disgrace to humanity. I absolutely despise this movie, and it makes me angry talking about it. You had these two solid films, and then you end it on that. Oh my goodness. I better quit while I'm ahead before I start screaming at the screen, because I absolutely hate Glass. And I think everyone agrees with me. I don't think anyone would ever put that in an A or B or S tier. Anyone in the world. But yeah. Okay. So now we're getting closer to the end, but we still have a little ways to go. Green Lantern. A lot of people hate this movie. I do not despise it. It's not a good movie, but it's bottom C. I recall having a little bit of fun with it, so I can't put it in the trash tier. I know some people think it is. If there was a D, it would easily go in the D, but if I had to choose between C and trash, it has to be C, and it's just bottom. Guardians 1 was just so outstanding. It was the first movie I drove to the theater to, the first time I drove to the theater, which was so fun, just being able to drive on my own. I remember it's when I first got my license, and and then I loved the movie. I saw a perfect movie. I remember seeing the trailer for it, and it was fantastic, and the movie was fantastic, and I love the chemistry between the characters. It's definitely an A tier for me. Easy A tier. Guardians 2, though, trash. I'm sorry. It's the highest of the trash, but I do not enjoy this movie at all. Ego's a horrible character. Horrible villain. And I do not like Yondu. I've never liked Yondu. And I just do not enjoy this movie. Okay, I had to do a cut. I was saying that the Guardians 2 had too much jokes in it. It was too many jokes. I know they're supposed to be funny, but there needs to be a balance. And I thought it was too goofy compared to 1 and 3. I love 1 and 3. I think 1 and 3 3 is excellent. But of course, it's not on this list. But anyway, back to the list. Hancock is going to be a C. It's all right. It's funny seeing a superhero like this. He's kind of a jerk, and Will Smith does that role really well. But it's just very generic. It's a very generic film. Not really a great villain in the movie, but it's still all right. It's fun for what it is. But I'll definitely put it in C. You know what? I'm going to drag it a little bit further down here. Okay. Hellboy 1. I love Hellboy. I think Hellboy's good. Ron Perlman's just incredible. I'm going to put the first one, though, at a B. However, the Golden Army is way different because it is amazing. There are some crazy action scenes, some crazy designs. It's top A tier for me. It's incredible. I love Hellboy 2, the Golden Army. I wish they would have made a Hellboy 3 with Ron Perlman. I know they made that other Hellboy here, but I never did see that movie. So, okay, Incredibles 1. Ooh, wow, I forgot all about this. I forgot that this was on the list. It's top A tier. It's definitely a top A tier. I love the movie. I could almost put it in S tier. It's just incredible. Ugh, I don't know. You know what? S tier. Bottom S tier. I love The Incredibles. I think it's an excellent movie. It's one of the best. It's one of Pixar's best movies. It's one of the best animated films of all time. It's going to S tier. I mean, I feel like you need to be in the top, I don't know, probably top 50 or 30 to be in the S tier of all time. But it's in my top 30. I'd probably say it's in my top 30 movies. It's S tier. Incredibles 2, though, no. Not even close. I'm going to put this in the C tier. And it's kind of a letdown. It had so much to go off of that it really didn't have a chance. And they waited way too long. And the villain's horrible compared to the villain in Incredibles 1. I just love Incredibles 1 altogether. I think it's overall a fantastic movie. Iron Man 1 is going in the A tier. That's what started it all. And I thought it was great. I'm going to put it over. Yeah, I'll put it over. Yeah, I'll put it right there. Yeah, it's great. It's the only good Iron Man that I actually enjoy. The rest of them are okay or below. But yeah, it started it all. And, Robert Downey Jr., just incredible in that film. And now just watching back on it and how it all started from there and where we're at now. It's never going to be the same without RDJ. I'm going to just put it that way. It hasn't been the same since he's left. So, okay, Iron Man 2, it's bottom C. Not anything special. It's all right. It showed Black Widow. I think that's the first time we saw her. I don't think it was in Avengers. I think this one came first, but I may be wrong. But she's great in the movie, and it's all right. It's just okay, but Iron Man 3 is trash. The whole thing with whatever his name is, I already forgot. The whole twist behind that, and yeah. I just did not enjoy that movie at all. Guy Pearce was just, why? And it's not fun. They could have made it really special. And they have Trevor instead. I remember that name. Yeah, that was just a big letdown. Now, this Justice League is the Josh Whedon, I want to say, Justice League. It's not the Zack Snyder one. It's all the chopped up version. And after watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, this is trash tier. I'm going to put it in the trash tier because after watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, that is A tier. And it is a shame that they put that movie out and not the Snyder cut. The Snyder cut makes this way better. At first I had this at the C tier probably. After watching Snyder Cut, it's trash. Because Snyder's vision was absolutely destroyed by this movie. And he's fantastic. 4 hours long. It was just amazing. It was his vision. It was perfect. Zack Snyder's sometimes hit or miss for me. But he really did well with the Justice League. You didn't even see Darkseid in this version. The CGI was bad in this version. And here it's all cleaned up and it looks so nice. It's a whole different movie. It's just completely different movie. Okay. Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. This is going to be a shock. I'm going to put it in the A tier. I think it's great. I think it's a great movie. I like Henry Cavill. He's my favorite Superman. I haven't seen Christopher Reeve's Superman, but yeah, I really enjoy Henry Cavill as Superman, and I love the whole fight between him and Zod. And I just think it's great overall. It's a great movie. It's one of the best DC Universe movies, and it's just a shame that they're not going to be bringing Henry Cavill back. Okay, Morbius. This is tough. It's either C or trash. I'm going to put I'll put it at a C. Seeing a Vampire is cool. I didn't think it was as bad as everyone said it was. That's the only reason I'm putting it in the C. Like, everyone acted like it was the worst thing ever made. I think it did get goofy at the end, but I think the villain was really goofy. But, well, his design was goofy. It's not terrible. I'll put it in a C tier. And Shang-Chi is definitely... I'll put him in the bottom A. I really liked it. I really liked Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. I thought it was a great movie. So I'll put that in bottom A tier. Shazam is bottom B. It's pretty good. I wouldn't put it in the C tier because it wasn't just average, but it's bottom B tier for me. Sky High. I'm trying to remember this. It's pretty good. I think for what it's worth for a kid's movie, it's a B tier. It's bottom B for me. But I still think it was a lot of fun. I remember watching it when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it. If I watched it now, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much. So it probably would go lower on the list because I'm older now. But at the time, I thought it was really good for what it was. I probably would still stick it in the B tier. So, okay, Spider-Man 1. If I put Incredibles in the S tier, Spider-Man 1's going in the S tier. I love Spider-Man 1. I love Spider-Man 1. And Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe kills it. Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man ever. I'll put that on my deathbed. Kristen Dunst is... I'll say that at my deathbed. That's what I meant. I not put... Kristen Dunst is the best Mary Jane. And James Franco is a great Harry Osborn. The cast is excellent. Aunt May, everybody, excellent. The action scenes for the time were just incredible. We've never seen nothing like it. I mean, I love it. It's S tier for me. And Spider-Man 2, this is going to be a controversial pick, is S tier. And not only is it S tier, right now it's my number one S tier. Yeah, crazy. I know, crazy. But the train scene, the hospital scene, Sam Raimi's directing on this movie is absolutely incredible. It has some of the best action. You see this side of Spider-Man, and I've seen it so many times. As a matter of fact, I love this movie so much, I got it for Christmas one year, and I snuck in the closet, unwrapped the Christmas gift, and watched the movie. That's how much I love this movie. It is top 10 of all time for me. I absolutely love this movie. The scenes in it are incredible. That whole scene where the people see him without his mask. Everything about this movie is S tier. Okay? Endgame is not better. I'm sorry. At the time I grew up, this was the movie. And it was just absolutely incredible. I need to watch it. I want to watch it again just talking about it. And okay, next is going to be Spider-Man 3, which a lot of people hate. This is the worst of the trilogy. I highly agree. However, like I said, I'm big Tobey Maguire, big on Sam Raimi, but this is the worst one. The depiction of Venom is not good, and Sandman is cool, but he's a dork. I've never liked Sandman. I just don't like Sandman, but his effects are cool. But it's going C. It's going C tier, but I will put it over a lot of these easily. Yeah, probably there. It's C tier. I don't think it's a horrible movie. I think it has its moments. It's kind of like Batman versus Superman, where it really has its moments, but it just falls flat. Okay, now we got we got a long ways to go still. Spider-Man Homecoming. I love it. Think it's a great movie. I'm going to put this one in high B tier. I love it, but it's not my favorite of the Spider-Man, and especially compared to these two. And I like these two way better than Homecoming. Well, you know what? I'm going to put Far From Home in B tier too, and I'm going to put Homecoming slightly above Far From Home. And then No Way Home would be the third one, and that's an easy A tier, and I'm going to put it right there. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to leave it. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it at the A tier. It's a great movie. Fantastic movie. Love it. I think it's wonderful. I love there's a lot to it. I don't want to get into it if you haven't seen it yet. And Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. It's animated, but I really enjoy it. It's not my favorite Spider-Man. I know a lot of people love this movie. They think it's the greatest thing ever. But it's just B tier for me. But I'm going to put it highest B tier I can get it. It's not an A for me. I still enjoy it a lot. I think it's really good. Really well done. Okay, Suicide Squad is... bottom C. It's better than these. It's not great though. It's very disappointing. I almost would put some of these in the trash easily. But they're either C's or D's. I mean, they're not F's, so I just cannot get it there. But it's a C. Birds of Prey is a little bit better. It's bottom B tier. Probably put it right here. And that's a perfect spot for it. It's good. I like it. I like Harley Quinn. I think Margot Robbie is just amazing, and I think there's nobody can replace her as Harley Quinn. She's born to play the role, just like Hugh Jackman's born to play Wolverine. Suicide Squad, the new one, the 2019, loved it. Absolutely love it. It's going high A tier for me. High A tier. I love that movie. And I love James Gunn did a great job with it. He did excellent directing. John Cena's great in it. I mean, I'm not a big Cena fan, but goodness. Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, Joel Kinnaman's in it. He's great. It's just a great cast. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man 1. It's a C. It's high C, but it's a C for me. I'm just not a big Andrew Garfield fan, and I'm not a fan of the Lizard. He's just okay. And the Amazing Spider-Man 2 would almost get trashed here, but I like what they did with Gwen Stacy's character and how it ties in another movie. And I'm going to put it in C tier, but I'm going to put it way lower on this list. Probably right there. I hate what they did with Rhino. That was trash. The Goblin was okay. Electro was cool. But, yeah, I cannot get it above a C. Now, here comes the Nolan trilogy. Batman, Christian Bale. These are going to be high on the list. Batman Begins is an A tier. Easily. An easy A tier for me. Love the movie. Started the trilogy off. It is probably my least favorite of 3. But I still enjoy it a lot. And The Dark Knight, as if you didn't know, is perfect. And it's my favorite movie of all time. So it's definitely S tier. Definitely S tier. Heath Ledger's performance, the writing's great. The action is incredible. The bank scene. I mean, you can go from so many scenes. Some of the quotes in the movie. Just excellent. Nolan is best movie and the best movie I think ever made. Easily. Hands down. If we compare my number 1 movie of all time to my number 2 movie, they're not even in the same atmosphere. I don't think anything can touch The Dark Knight. I don't think I've ever seen anything that could even come close to The Dark Knight. I think it's the greatest movie of all time. Okay, The Dark Knight Rises is an A. An A for me. I know some people don't like it. It's the least favorite of the three, but I really like it. I really like it. Don't like the whole how, Bane ends, but that's about it. That's about all I can say that I didn't like about the movie. I think I like everything else, though. And I want to watch the trilogy again. And Batman Robert Pattinson's is an A as well. It's an A. But I still prefer the Nolan trilogy over Pattinson's movie, but Pattinson's still an A for me. Just a great Batman. The best depiction of the Riddler, hands down. The Riddler has never had, anything going on for him except for this movie. Okay, The Incredible Hulk. It's a C. It's high C for me, but I cannot get it to a B. It's all right, I guess. A lot of people like it, but I don't. And by the way, they left out the one with Eric Bana. They left that one out. I noticed that one's missing. But I haven't seen it, so can't really say anything about that one. The Joker is an A, easily. I'm going to put it right here. Easy A for me. Love Joaquin Phoenix's performance. Thought it was incredible. Can't get it to S tier, but it's an A. The first Thor is a C. It's a C for me. And here comes the moment where you all grab your pitchforks and say, destroy the monster. Because this is the most controversial pick by far on this list. A lot of you all hate the Dark World. I enjoy the Dark World. It's bottom B tier for me. Bottom B tier. I like the movie. I know they didn't do the elves justice or whatever, but I enjoy the movie. I like seeing Thor and Loki work together. There's an element in that movie where they kind of team up. And I like the whole elements of why they team up and stuff. I thought it was pretty good. I don't see why everyone hates this movie. And Ragnarok is a B also. And it's higher on the B list. I put it right there. Definitely better than the Dark World, but there's a lot of fun to it. It is really funny. The villain's cool. I like the villain. And now we're going to Love and Thunder. A lot of people would give this a trash, but I'm going to put it as a C tier. I like Love and Thunder. It's not bad at all. It's high C for me. I like Natalie Portman in it. I like Christian Bale was wonderful. It did get goofy at times. It was too much comedy, not serious enough at times, but it's still fun. It's still C, top high tier C. And Venom's going to go in the same category. It's going to be a C. Put it right there. It's all right. I like Tom Hardy. I'm a big Tom Hardy fan, but just the story fell flat, and it's not rated R, which is the killer of all. And Let There Be Carnage, I'll put it a little bit. It's a little bit better than the first Venom, but not much better. So yeah, I'll put it as C as also. Okay, Watchmen. S tier. Easy S tier for me. I absolutely love The Watchmen. And I think, besides Dark Knight, it's the second greatest DC movie of all time. It's just excellent. Excellent movie. Love Rorschach. Love the villain. The villain is one of the best villains in a movie. And I love how gritty it is and how it makes you feel icky at times. It's a great movie. It's very disturbing at times. There's a scene with Rorschach that I can think of where he's trying to find a missing girl, and it's just, wow, that scene was just heartbreaking. There's a lot of heartbreaking scenes in it. It has some, Zack Snyder did an incredible job. It's my favorite Zack Snyder film. So, Wonder Woman, the first one, it's a B. It's pretty good. Wonder Woman 84 is C. And put it in the C. I like Pedro Pascal, but the villains fell flat. The first X-Men is a B. Started all the X-Men off, and it's pretty good. I put it there. I don't remember X2, but I'm gonna just put it in the B. I need to watch this one again. Maybe I could get it here. But I don't remember it all the way, but it's definitely a B territory for what I remember. But I think if I watched it again, it'd be an A. Last Stand is absolute garbage. One of the worst Marvel movies ever made. Garbage. Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, it's so bad they had to make a movie to redo it. First Class is excellent, and it's going to be an A tier. Easy A tier for me. It's going to be pretty high up there. I love that movie. And then Days of Future Past is good. It rewrites the third movie, but it's a B. It's high B. Probably put it there on the B list. I like Spider-Man better, so I'll put it right there. Okay, X-Men Apocalypse. It's bottom C. Nah. It's not that good. But it's okay. It's not terrible. It could have been a lot better, though. Okay, Wolverine Origins. Oh. Yeah, this is trash. I think everyone agrees. It's garbage. It's pretty bad. I'm going to put it right there. It's a pretty bad film. I don't know what. I think even Hugh Jackman said it was bad. It's not good. There's just a lot. It's just very inconsistent. And last but not least, Logan. A tier easily. And I'm going to put it right there. I don't know. It's between these two. I would go back and forth between these two. I don't know that it's tough. They're about a tie, these two are. But that's my list. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys don't get too angry. I know this one was probably the worst here. Yeah. That's going to get me in trouble. I don't care. And probably some of these you probably disagree with. And probably a couple of these down here. But I think that's fair list. Yeah. I think that's perfect. That's how I would absolutely view all of these if I had to rank them. Yeah. This is the perfect list for me. But yeah, there you go. Here's one last look. The S tier. Only 8 movies made the S tier. I really didn't want to put these 3 in the S tier. But these 4. Well, wait. These 2. Yeah. I almost didn't put this in the S tier, but thinking about it, it probably needs to be in the S tier. But these 2 almost didn't make it. Almost put them in the A, but I had to put them through. Because they're just so good. But yeah, that's my list. Tell me what you think and let me know. I'll see you all later.